Mafia's Nigerian Queen. No School, No Fear Season 3, The Wedding War. Before the Wedding War. Welcome back, my family. Please, if you have not watched Season 1 and 2, please go to my channel so that you don't miss out. Before the Wedding War begins, the world thinks Emeka and Nwosu has finally won. The girl they threw away is no longer hidden. The child who was denied school now owns an empire. The daughter whose parents were buried under lies has dragged their truth back into the light. The woman who once slept with pain in her chest now stands before a school carrying her parents' names. The Chike and Adaeze Nwosu Academy for Unprotected Children is not only a building, it is Amaka's answer to every adult who failed her. It is her answer to Auntie Ngozi tearing her notebook. It is her answer to Uncle Emeka looking away. It is her answer to Chinonso, laughing while she suffered. It is her answer to Black Han River Holdings, the company that believed her family could be erased with money, fear, and silence. But victory does not feel simple. On the morning after the school opening, Amaka walks through the empty academy before the children arrive. Her heels are quiet against the polished floor. She touches the wall outside the library. She looks into the classrooms. She sees the small desks, the shelves of books, the clean uniforms waiting in boxes, the counseling rooms, the legal aid office, the child safety unit, the courtyard where children will one day laugh without fear. She should feel peace. Instead, she feels her parents. She imagines her mother, Adaeze, correcting the flowers, checking the curtains, asking why the library shelves are not arranged by age group. She imagines her father, Chike, checking every exit, every camera, every door, before finally standing still long enough to cry. Amaka presses her hand against the library door. For one moment, she is not the owner of Nwosu crown. She is not the woman Taejun loves. She is not the queen people fear. She is just a daughter, standing inside the future her parents never lived to see. Mama Ifeoma finds her there. She does not speak at first. She simply stands beside Amaka and lets the silence breathe. Finally, Mama Ifeoma says, "Your mother would have loved this library." Amaka's voice is soft. She would have said it needed more books. Mama Ifeoma smiles. "Then we will get more books." Baba Stone appears at the doorway, arms crossed, pretending he only came to inspect security. His face is hard, but his eyes are wet. Amaka looks at him. "Dust?" she asks. Baba Stone clears his throat. "A lot of dust in new buildings." Mama Ifeoma smiles, but says nothing. Outside, the people who once hurt Amaka are learning how to live with the truth. Uncle Emeka sits in a small rented house, staring at the invitation to the academy opening. He did not sit in front. He did not speak. He was not honored. He was only allowed to witness what he tried to steal. That is his punishment. Not prison yet, not public drama, but the daily knowledge that his brother's daughter became powerful without him. Auntie Ngozi sits alone in her bedroom, listening to women in the community praise Amaka's school. Every compliment feels like judgment. Every mention of the academy reminds her of the little girl she denied kindness to. She wants to say she was stressed, jealous, grieving, confused, but the truth is uglier. She saw a child with no protection and chose control. Chinonso sits with his son Dika and tries to answer questions children should never need to ask. "Daddy, why did you laugh at Auntie Amaka when she was little?" Chinonso cannot hide anymore. "Because I was selfish," he says. "Because I thought if people loved her, they would love me less. Because I was a coward." Dika looks at him with innocent seriousness. "Are you still a coward?" Chinonso's eyes fill. "I am trying not to be." Urenna works quietly at the foundation. She does not ask Amaka to call her sister. She does not ask for forgiveness. She sorts donated books, files volunteer forms, and carries boxes until her hands ache. For the first time in her life, she serves without being seen. In Korea, Baek Sungho watches all of it from a distance. He watches news clips of the school opening. He watches Amaka's speech. He watches Taejun standing beside her. He watches Minjae and Mira speaking near the school gate. He watches Mama Ifeoma crying. He watches Baba Stone standing like a wall. He watches children entering a school named after people his network helped silence. Then he sees the garden footage. Amaka and Taejun kiss quietly beneath the evening light. Baek rewinds the video. Again. Again. His assistant asks, "Should we move against Nwosu crown?" Baek says, "No." He pauses the screen on Amaka's face. The company is her weapon. The foundation is her heart. His eyes move to Taejun. And love is the door. The assistant lowers his head. Baek smiles. Season 3 begins with one truth. Baek thinks love has made Amaka vulnerable. He does not understand that love is about to make her unstoppable. Episode 1. Love becomes the target. The first attack comes at night. Amaka is still at Nwosu Crown headquarters, reviewing Foundation security reports. Everyone has told her to rest. She has ignored everyone. Her office is dim, except for one lamp on her desk. Her mother's bracelet lies beside her laptop. Her father's pen rests near the files. She touches both before reading. The academy is open now, but opening a door is not the same as keeping it safe. At 12:17 a.m., her private emergency line rings. Tari's voice is tense. "Ma, one of the Foundation supply vans was stopped." Amaka stands immediately. "Was anyone hurt?" "No, Ma. The driver and volunteers are safe. No children were present." "But," Tari takes a breath, "the supplies were opened. Books were thrown on the road. They left something." Seconds later, Amaka receives the photos. A Foundation van on a dark road. Boxes opened. Children's books scattered in the dirt. Not stolen, humiliated. Then the final image arrives. A photograph from the school opening. Amaka standing at the gate. On the back, written neatly, "Love opens doors. Doors can be entered." Amaka stares at the words. The little girl inside her remembers a torn notebook. The woman inside her remembers every child who walked through the academy gate, believing books belong to them now. Her face becomes still. That is how everyone who knows her understands she is furious. She calls Mira first. Mira answers on the second ring. "What happened?" "The Foundation was touched. Send everything." Then Amaka calls Minjae. "Was anyone injured?" he asks. "No." "Children present?" "No." Then it was a message. He is testing access and emotional response. Amaka's voice is cold. He sent it with children's books. Minjae goes silent. Then she calls Taejun. He answers without greeting. "Where are you?" "My office." "I am coming." "I did not ask you to." "You called me." "I called to inform you." "No," Taejun says quietly. "You called because some part of you knew I would come." Amaka says nothing. He asks, "What did they touch?" "Books." The silence changes. "I am coming," he repeats. This time, she does not stop him. Within an hour, the four are inside a private conference room. Amaka sits at the head of the table. Taejun sits to her right, dressed in black, silent, and dangerous. Minjae stands near the route map, already building a legal chain in his head. Mira sits behind 3 laptops, tracing access logs, route changes, phone pings, contractor payments, and staff credentials. The photograph lies on the table inside a protective sleeve. Taejun reads the message once. His jaw tightens. Baek. Mira does not look up. Most likely, but indirect. He used layers. Minjae points at the screen. The route changed 15 minutes before the van left. Whoever stopped them knew the updated route. "Who had access?" Amaka asks. Mira answers. "Internal logistics, 1 volunteer coordinator, dispatch, 2 administrative staff, the supply partner, and someone using an old temporary credential that should have been closed 2 weeks ago." Amaka's eyes sharpen. "So the door was left open. Or kept open," Mira says. Taejun says, "Give me the names." Minjae turns. "Not like that." Taejun looks at him. "I did not say what I would do. You did not need to." The air tightens. Taejun says, "Paperwork will not stop a second attack tonight." Minjae answers, "And illegal retaliation will give Baek the scandal he wants tomorrow morning." Mira mutters, "Both of you are correct. Both of you are exhausting." Amaka raises her eyes. Everyone stops. Baek wants this, she says. She points between Taejun and Minjae. He wants force against law, protection against reputation, speed against evidence. He wants us divided by method. The room becomes quiet. She looks at Taejun. No visible underworld presence near my school, my shelters, my volunteers, my teachers, or my children. Not one car, not one man, not one rumor. I will not build safety for children and surround it with fear. Taejun holds her gaze. It costs him something, but he nods. Then she looks at Minjae. And we are not waiting for weak institutions to become brave. We preserve evidence, yes. We build a legal chain, yes. But if Baek moves faster than paperwork, we move too. Minjae nods. Amaka turns to Mira. Find the leak. Mira's fingers move faster. Already hunting. By dawn, the foundation is changed. Every route is reset. Every staff credential is reviewed. Every external partner is suspended pending verification. Replacement books are delivered before the first children arrive. The volunteers who were stopped receive medical checks, counseling, bonuses, and protection. Amaka goes to the academy before sunrise. Taejun joins her near the gate. You have not slept, he says. Neither have you. I am used to it. So am I. You should not have to be, he says. That sentence touches her more than she expects. The first children arrive. A small girl with 2 braids stops in front of Amaka. Good morning, Ma. Amaka kneels slightly. Good morning. My brother said bad people might close the school. Amaka's heart tightens. What is your name? Zena. Amaka's voice softens. Zena, this school was built because bad people do not get to decide who learns. Zena thinks about it. Even if they are rich? Amaka's eyes flicker. Especially then. Zena smiles and walks inside. Taejun watches Amaka rise. He has seen her threaten powerful men. He has seen her destroy liars. He has seen her stand inside boardrooms like a blade. But this is different. Her softness with children is not weakness. It is memory. Then Amaka's phone buzzes. Unknown sender. No words. Only an image. An old charity gala invitation connected to Baek. The year Chike and Adaeze died. Attached is a location pin in Seoul. Mira receives the same message. Then Minjae. Then Taejun. Minjae says, it is bait. Mira says, the metadata is real. Taejun says, he wants you in Korea. Amaka looks at the school behind her. Children are entering safely. Teachers are beginning lessons. Books are being placed on tables. Then she looks at the 3 people beside her. We go. Minjae says, carefully. Mira says, legally. Taejun says, quietly. Amaka looks straight ahead. No. We go like people who know he is watching. In Seoul, Baek watches live surveillance of Amaka at the school gate. He sees Taejun beside her. He sees Minjae and Mira behind her. His assistant asks, should we be concerned? Baek says no, but his eyes say something different. Because Amaka is no longer standing alone. At the academy gate, Amaka speaks calmly. He touched the foundation. A pause. Now we touch everything he thinks protects him. Episode 2. The parents she did not expect. Taejun takes Amaka to Korea. He tells her it is for meetings about Baek, Black Han River, and the old charity gala invitation. That is true, but it is not the whole truth. He is also taking her to meet his parents. Amaka does not show fear when he tells her. She simply becomes quiet. That is worse. They are in the car driving through Seoul when Taejun finally says, you do not have to meet them today. Amaka looks out the window. I am not afraid. I did not say you were. You thought it. I thought family is not easy for you. That makes her turn. Taejun's voice remains gentle. Enemies are simple. Family is where people can hurt you and still know your favorite food. Amaka looks away again. She hates how well he understands. I know how to behave, she says. I am not worried about your behavior. Then what are you worried about? That you will walk into a loving room and still prepare to defend yourself. Amaka has no answer. The Kang family home is elegant but warm. Not cold like Baek's office. Not loud like people trying to prove wealth. It smells like tea, flowers, wood, and food. There are family photographs on the wall, books on a side table, a shawl resting over a chair. The house feels lived in. Mrs. Kang opens the door herself. The moment she sees Amaka, her face softens. You are Amaka. Amaka bows respectfully. Yes, ma. Mrs. Kang takes her hands gently. No, not like a stranger. Come inside. Amaka freezes inside, not because the woman is cruel, because she is kind too quickly. Kindness without demand is harder for Amaka to understand than hostility. Mr. Kang waits in the sitting room. He is dignified, quiet, and serious. He studies Amaka carefully, but not like a judge. Like a father trying to understand the woman his son loves. Dinner is served. Korean dishes fill the table, prepared with care. Beside them are Nigerian dishes Taejun secretly helped his parents learn about. They are not perfect. That makes them more beautiful. They are not performance. They are respect. Mrs. Kang says, "We wanted your home to have a place at our table." Amaka lowers her eyes. She expected questions about scandal. Instead, they made space for her country. Mr. Kang lifts his glass. To Chike and Adaeze Nwosu. We never met them, but we honor them. Their daughter sits at our table tonight, and that is enough for us to respect their names. Amaka's throat tightens. For a moment, she cannot breathe. People have used her parents' names for pity, politics, fear, and guilt. But this is different. Honor. Quiet honor. Mr. Kang asks about Chike, not how he died, how he lived. Amaka answers slowly. My father noticed things, small things, a missing receipt, a nervous hand, a car parked twice on the same street. He used to say people confess before they speak. Mr. Kang nods, interested. And your mother? Amaka. Just like Amaka, life can demand your energy, your focus, and your strength, even when the pressure keeps rising. That is why taking care of yourself should never be an afterthought. Protandem NAD Synergizer is designed to support energy, focus, mood, and healthy aging as part of your daily wellness routine. Because when you are building, fighting, and showing up every day, your wellness matters too. Your energy matters. Your focus matters. You matter. Discover Protandem NAD Synergizer today. Everyone's body is different, so please read the product details before purchasing. If you are pregnant, breastfeeding, taking medication, or managing a health condition, please speak with your doctor before using any supplement. For more information, check the link in my pinned comment and video description. Your support would mean so much to me and help this channel continue creating powerful stories like Amaka. Thank you for watching and supporting my journey. Independent LifeVantage Consultant. Results may vary. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Now, let's get back to Amaka. My mother was power dressed as elegance. She could smile at a man and still make him realize he had lost the argument. Mrs. Kang smiles warmly. Then both of them are still here. Amaka looks down quickly, because that sentence finds the child inside her. Later, Mrs. Kang takes Amaka into a quiet sitting room. She does not ask for the full story. She does not dig into Amaka's pain. She simply sits close enough to be present. "I know I cannot replace your mother," Mrs. Kang says. Amaka's eyes lift. "And I would never try. A mother like that cannot be replaced." Amaka's hands tighten in her lap. Mrs. Kang continues, "But love does not have only one chair. If you marry my son, you will not enter this family as a guest. You will enter as our daughter." The word daughter lands like both wound and medicine. Amaka turns away, but Mrs. Kang sees the tears. She does not make a show of them. She only reaches for Amaka's hand. "If the word hurts, we will wait until it does not." That breaks Amaka more than if she had forced affection on her. Outside in the garden, Mr. Kang speaks with Amaka alone. He says, "Your parents raised you for a short time, but they raised you well enough to last a lifetime." Amaka's eyes fill again. Mr. Kang looks ahead, giving her privacy. A child who loses parents does not stop needing parents. She only learns to stop asking. You do not have to stop asking here. Amaka covers her mouth. For years, she stopped asking. Stopped asking for comfort. Stopped asking for protection. Stopped asking for adults to choose her. And now this quiet Korean father is offering what her own uncle refused to give. Taejun watches from the doorway. He does not interrupt. He sees Amaka receive love without earning it. That night, after Amaka goes to rest, Taejun stands with his parents. Mrs. Kang says, "She carries grief like someone who is afraid to set it down." Mr. Kang looks at his son. "Do not ask for her hand like a man claiming property." Taejun says, "I know." His father continues, "Ask like a man who understands he is being trusted with a miracle." Taejun looks down the hallway. "I will." Episode 3. The Grand Proposal. The proposal happens in Seoul, overlooking the Han River. Taejun designs it around both Korea and Nigeria. He wants it grand, but not public. Beautiful, but not performative. Powerful, but intimate. He knows Amaka does not like emotional moments turned into theater for strangers. So there are no journalists, no business leaders, no cameras for publicity, no enemies. Only the people who matter. Taejun's parents, Mama Ifeoma, Baba Stone, Minjae, Mira, a few trusted loved ones. Amaka believes she is attending a private family dinner. But when she steps into the garden, she stops. The space glows with white flowers and gold lanterns. The Han River shines in the distance. Korean strings blend softly with Nigerian drums. The music is gentle but powerful, like two worlds speaking to each other without needing translation. Along the walkway are photographs, not humiliating pain, powerful memories. Mama Ifeoma's bookshop, Baba Stone's training yard, the first Nwosu Crown office, the academy gates, the school opening, a photograph of Chike's pen, a photograph of Adaeze's bracelet, a framed picture of Chike and Adaeze placed with honor. Amaka covers her mouth. She does not move for several seconds. Taejun does not rush her. He knows this is not only a proposal, it is a bridge between grief and future. At the end of the walkway, a small table holds 2 candles beside her parents' photograph. Mrs. Kang stands there with tears in her eyes. "Your parents should have been here," she says softly. "So we made a place for them." Mama Ifeoma begins crying. Baba Stone looks away, pretending to inspect security again. Minjae lowers his head. Mira wipes one tear quickly, hoping no one notices. Taejun steps forward. He is dressed in black, but tonight he does not look like a Mafia king. He looks like a man standing before the woman he respects more than anyone alive. Amaka Nwosu, he says, I know what the world took from you. I know I cannot return your childhood. I cannot return the nights you cried alone. I cannot return your mother's hands or your father's voice. I cannot undo the house that failed you. Amaka's tears fall. But I can promise you this. I will never make love another prison. I will never ask you to become smaller so I can feel powerful. I will never stand above you and call it protection. I will stand beside you, where you can see me, where you can challenge me, where you can trust that I am not leaving. Then Taejun turns toward the photograph of her parents. He bows his head. Are you enjoying this story? Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss more powerful story like this.
Chike Nwosu, Adaeze Nwosu, I never had the honor of meeting you, but I love the daughter you raised. I will spend my life protecting the future she builds, not controlling it. I ask for your blessing with humility. Amaka begins crying harder. No man has ever honored her parents before asking for her future. Then Taejun turns back to her. He kneels. The garden becomes completely still. He opens the ring box. The ring is elegant, not loud, powerful, not showy. One side of the band carries Korean design. The other side carries Igbo royal patterns. Inside are engraved the initials, C-A-N. Chike, Adaeze, Nwosu. Taejun says, Amaka Nwosu, will you marry me? Not as a woman being taken, not as a queen being conquered, not as a wound I think I can fix, but as the woman I choose, respect, honor, and love. Amaka looks at him, then at her parents' photograph, then at Taejun's parents, crying softly like she already belongs to them. Mama Ifeoma whispers, say yes, my child. Joy is not betrayal. That sentence breaks the last wall. Joy is not betrayal. For years, Amaka believed happiness meant leaving Chike and Adaeze behind, but now she understands. Love does not erase grief. Love gives grief somewhere safe to rest. She looks at Taejun. Yes, the garden erupts in sacred joy. Taejun slides the ring onto her finger. He rises slowly, and Amaka steps into his arms first. That matters. She chooses the embrace. He does not take it from her. When they kiss, everyone claps through tears. Minjae wipes his eye. Mira sees him. Detective, are you crying? Minjae clears his throat. Evidence is inconclusive. Everyone laughs, and the laughter is healing. Mrs. Kang embraces Amaka and holds her face gently. My daughter, she says. Amaka closes her eyes. For the first time, the word daughter does not hurt. It heals. Later that night, Baek watches stolen footage of the proposal. He sees the ring, the parents, the kiss, the joy, the family around Amaka. He smiles. He thinks he is watching Amaka become vulnerable. He does not understand. He is watching her become whole. Episode 4. The Foundation Under Fire. Baek attacks with doubt. Within days of the proposal, anonymous accounts begin spreading rumors. They accuse Amaka's foundation of laundering money. They claim Nwosu Crown is using vulnerable children as a public relations shield. They question why a woman engaged to Kang Taejun should be trusted with child protection work. Edited documents appear online. False donor records, fake transfers, manipulated photos. A fake whistleblower claims the school opening was staged. The attack is too organized to be gossip. Mira sees it immediately. This is a campaign. She shows the team the pattern. The accounts were created months earlier. They posted harmless things first to look real. Then they activated together. Same wording, same documents, same timing, same hidden funding. Baek does not need people to believe everything. He only needs them to hesitate. Parents begin calling the foundation. Some donors pause. Teachers receive messages asking why they work for a Mafia bride. Government officials request clarification. Amaka's advisors suggest a soft statement. Her lawyers advise caution. Some board members fear opening too much information could create legal risk. Amaka asks one question. Are the records clean? Her financial officer says, completely. Amaka says, then we open them. The press conference is held outside the academy. Amaka does not bring children to stand behind her. She refuses to use their pain as decoration. Instead, behind her are auditors, teachers, lawyers, social workers, parent representatives, and foundation leaders. She releases audited records, donor reports, teacher salaries, construction costs, foundation spending, emergency housing procedures, legal documents, child protection policies. Then she looks into the camera. A child protection foundation should be more transparent than the people attacking it. So, here are our records. Now ask Baek Sungho for his. The statement travels across Nigeria and Korea. The blade turns. People begin asking about Baek's charities. His old image begins to crack. Baek responds with calm public statements, but inside his office, the air changes. For the first time, Amaka has forced him to answer questions instead of hiding behind influence. At the same time, Baek attacks Minjae. Articles call him disgraced. Some say Amaka bought him. Others say Taejun corrupted him. Old photos are twisted. His suspension is used like proof. Minjae pretends it does not bother him. Mira knows it does. She remembers her father being destroyed the same way. A good name dragged until truth sounded suspicious. A family forced to live behind closed curtains. Mira refuses to watch it happen again. She sends verified proof of Minjae's framing to a legal journalist Baek cannot easily silence. When Minjae finds out, he confronts her. You defended me. I defended the case. You defended me. Mira looks at him. Yes. The room becomes quiet. Minjae does not know what to do with being protected. Mira says, corrupt men win when good people become too tired to defend their own names. He looks at her differently then, not as a financial hunter, not as an analyst, as a woman who knows shame because it once lived in her house. That night, Amaka watches them from across the room. Taejun stands beside her. They are falling in love, he says. Amaka says, they are denying it. That is still falling. She looks at him. You sound experienced. I denied you for months. Amaka almost smiles. Baek wanted scandal to isolate her. Instead, scandal makes the four closer. Amaka, Taejun, Minjae, Mira, money, power, law, intelligence. Baek is no longer fighting one woman. He is fighting a family forming in front of him. Episode 5. The Child Who Disappeared. Baek escalates. A child connected to the Foundation's emergency housing program goes missing for several hours. The child is later found safe at a church compound, frightened but unharmed. No violence is shown, no injury, but the message is clear. Baek can reach the edge of Amaka's protection system. Amaka arrives at the shelter without cameras. The staff are panicking. A coordinator keeps apologizing. The police are asking questions too loudly. Someone is crying in the hallway. The whole building feels like fear. Amaka raises one hand. The room goes quiet. Where is the child? Mama Ifeoma is sitting with the child in a private room. Amaka enters slowly. She does not ask what happened first. She asks if the child has eaten, if they want water, if they want Mama Ifeoma to stay, if they want the light on or off. Small choices, because Amaka remembers what it felt like when adults took all choices away. Only after the child is calm does Amaka leave the room. The softness leaves her face. Who changed the route? No one answers. Who accessed the child's schedule? The coordinator trembles. Who approved the emergency contact update? Mira appears on secure video. The access came through a fake NGO connected to Baek's charity network. Minjae begins preserving evidence immediately. Taejun arrives last. His anger is controlled, but the room feels colder when he enters. "I can put men around every shelter," he says. Amaka turns to him. "No." Taejun stops. "Children who have already survived fear do not need men in black standing at their doors," she says. "I will not let Baek turn my school into another prison." Taejun looks at her. He wants to argue. Everyone can see it. But he does not. He nods. "Then I will work where they cannot see me." This is one of the moments that proves his love. He protects without taking over. Amaka accepts help without surrendering authority. That night, the foundation is rebuilt from the inside. New routes, encrypted schedules, independent child advocates, emergency response teams, volunteer background rechecks, staff retraining, legal oversight. No single person can access a child's route alone again. By morning, the academy opens as usual. Parents arrive nervous, but they come. Teachers stand at the gates. Foundation workers smile. Amaka stands where the children can see her. A little girl asks, "Can bad people close the school?" Amaka kneels. "No. This school was built for children who deserve doors no one can lock." The little girl smiles. Baek watches from Korea. His assistant asks, "Did the operation fail?" Baek says, "No, it taught us something." "What?" Baek watches Amaka with the children. She can survive attacks on herself, but she cannot ignore attacks on them. He thinks he has found the pressure point. He has not. He has found the place where Amaka will never surrender. When you want a stronger wellness foundation, the Healthy Edge Stack is here to support your next level. With daily cellular and gut health support, it is designed to help you stay ready for whatever your next chapter brings. Because building an empire means nothing if you forget to invest in yourself. Real strength starts from within, and taking care of your body is part of the journey. Your health, your energy, your story. Discover the Healthy Edge Stack today. Everyone's body is different, so please read the product details before purchasing. If you are pregnant, breastfeeding, taking medication, or managing a health condition, please speak with your doctor before using any supplement. For more information, check the link in my pinned comment and video description. Your support would mean so much to me and help this channel continue creating powerful stories like Amaka. Thank you for watching and supporting my journey. Independent Life Vantage Consultant. Results may vary. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Episode 6. Minjae and Mira. Mira discovers the truth about her father. Late at night in the safe house, she follows a money trail through old shell companies connected to Baek's charity network. At first, it looks like another branch of the same system used against Amaka's parents. Then, she sees an account code. Her hands stop moving. She checks again, then again. The same structure used to bury Chike and Adaeze's evidence was used years earlier to frame her father. Mira's father was not corrupt. He touched Baek's money, and Baek's machine destroyed him. For years, Mira believed her father lost because he made a mistake. Maybe he trusted the wrong person. Maybe he missed a detail. Maybe he was too honest for the room. Now she understands. He was not weak. He was alone. Minjae finds her sitting on the floor surrounded by files. Her face is wet. Her hands are shaking. He stops at the doorway. "Mira." She tries to wipe her tears quickly. "Do not." He enters slowly and sits on the floor across from her. He does not tell her to calm down. He does not tell her to be strong. He simply stays. Mira says, "I built my whole life around not needing anyone." Minjae says, "That sounds lonely." She laughs once, broken. "It was safer." "No," he says softly. "It was familiar." That sentence breaks her. "My father died with people believing he was guilty." Minjae's voice is steady. "Then we clear his name." She looks at him. Are you saying that as a detective? He holds her gaze. No, I am saying it as someone standing beside you. For once, Mira does not have a sharp answer. Minjae reaches toward her hand but stops before touching her. He gives her the choice. She notices. Then she places her hand in his. Their kiss is quiet, emotional, and earned. No performance, no dramatic music inside the story, just trust after shame. Later, Mira sends Amaka the file. Your parents, my father, same butcher. Amaka reads it in silence. Then she goes to Mira. She does not give a speech. She simply sits beside her. For a long moment, both women say nothing. Then Amaka says, daughters should not have to become detectives to prove their fathers were good men. Mira's eyes fill again. No, she says, they should not. From that moment, the war becomes deeper. It is no longer only Amaka's parents. It is Mira's father, Minjae's name, Taejun's future, the children, the family Baek never expected them to become. Episode 7, The Igbo Wedding. The Igbo traditional wedding is not only a ceremony, it is a restoration. The colors are rich. Coral beads glow against Amaka's skin. Gold jewelry catches the light. The music is alive. The guests arrive dressed in beauty and expectation. Nigeria and Korea stand together in one room. Amaka enters in regal Igbo bridal fashion. She looks like a queen. But inside, she is a daughter wishing her mother were there. Mama Ifeoma stands near her, steady and emotional. Mrs. Kang approaches quietly. She does not try to take Adaeze's place. She does not pretend the wound is not there. She simply adjusts one of Amaka's beads with trembling hands. Your mother should have done this, Mrs. Kang says. I will do it with her name in my heart. Amaka closes her eyes. That sentence almost takes her down. Mama Ifeoma holds her hand. Breathe, my child. Taejun arrives in elegant, traditional-inspired formal wear. He has studied the customs carefully. He knows when to wait, when to speak, when to bow his head, and when to let Amaka lead. Mama Ifeoma watches him. He listens, she says. Baba Stone grunts. He better. But he approves. There are 2 empty seats for Chike and Adaeze. They are decorated with flowers, not hidden, not ignored, honored. Mr. Kang stands with Baba Stone in the elder space. He speaks publicly, his voice calm and respectful. We receive Amaka not as a woman without family, but as the daughter of parents whose love still stands here. Chike and Adaeze Nwosu are not absent from honor. Their daughter carries them. The room goes silent. Amaka's eyes fill. Uncle Emeka lowers his head in the back row. Auntie Ngozi cries quietly, not loudly enough to steal attention, quietly enough to hurt. She watches another mother adjust Amaka's beads. She watches another father honor Chike. She realizes she did not only fail Amaka, she lost the right to stand near her joy. Chinonso sits with Dika. Dika whispers, "Why are we sitting back here?" Chinonso answers, "Because today is not our honor to take." During the ceremony, Baek strikes. A threat comes through toward a foundation shelter. The old Amaka would have left immediately. The old Amaka would have carried the war alone. But this Amaka looks around. Mira is already tracing. Minjae is already calling the prosecutor. Taejun is already moving quietly. Mama Ifeoma is steady. The Kangs are standing with her. Baba Stone is watching everything. For the first time, Amaka stays inside joy while others carry part of the war. It is harder for her than revenge, but she stays. The ceremony continues. Baek fails to steal the moment. That night, after the celebration, Amaka removes her coral beads slowly. Taejun stands nearby. She says, I did not run. He answers, I know. I wanted to. I know. She looks at him. You are not disappointed? Taejun steps closer. I am proud. Amaka's face softens. For once, she lets herself believe him. Episode 8. The White Wedding Trap. The White Wedding becomes international news. Nigeria is watching. Korea is watching. Business leaders are watching. Journalists are watching. Enemies are watching. Baek is watching. He poisons the air before the ceremony. Fake guest lists leak. False security warnings spread. Blogs accuse Amaka of using the wedding for power. Korean outlets question Taejun's influence. Anonymous accounts claim the foundation is unsafe. Taejun offers to make the wedding smaller. Amaka looks at him. I did not survive being hidden just to hide love, too. So the wedding continues. Before the ceremony, Amaka stands alone in the bridal room, looking at her dress. The dress is breathtaking, white, elegant, powerful. It does not make her look fragile. It makes her look like peace with a crown. Mrs. Kang enters quietly. Amaka says, my mother should have been here. Mrs. Kang answers, yes, she should have. She does not soften the truth. Then she says, but I am here, not to replace her, but to love what she loved. Mama Ifeoma enters next. Together, Mama Ifeoma and Mrs. Kang help Amaka prepare. One is the mother life gave her after loss. One is the mother love gave her through marriage. Amaka walks down the aisle alone. Not because no one loves her, because no one owns her. She walks for Chike. She walks for Adaeze. She walks for the girl denied school. She walks for the child who ran away in the rain. She walks for every child her foundation protects. She walks toward Taejun because she chooses him. Taejun sees her and nearly loses his composure. Minjae stands near him and whispers, breathe. Taejun says, do not talk. Minjae answers, that is nerves. Taejun does not deny it. His vows are powerful. He promises never to make love a prison, never to stand above her and call it protection, never to ask her to become smaller. He promises to stand beside her in truth, danger, grief, joy, and power. Amaka promises loyalty, partnership, truth, and a love that will never require her silence. They marry. The room erupts in joy. For a moment, war pauses. Then Baek activates his trap. A shelter location is compromised. A protected witness is threatened. A fake media leak goes live. A security route is interrupted. 4 attacks. One night. Baek wants Amaka to remember her wedding as the night she failed someone. But Amaka smiles, because she expected it. The wedding was not Baek's trap. It was hers. Mira activates the financial exposure package. Minjae sends evidence to the prosecutor outside Baek's control. Taejun blocks Baek's intermediaries quietly. Amaka records a statement in her wedding dress. Tonight, Baek Sungho mistook love for distraction. He forgot that women who survive betrayal learn to plan while smiling. The statement goes live. The world turns toward Baek. At the reception, Taejun finds Amaka in a side hallway. You used our wedding as bait, he says. She studies him. Are you angry? He steps closer. I married you knowing exactly who you are. And who am I? The woman who makes traps look like ceremonies. For the first time that night, Amaka laughs. True science hand cream. Every powerful woman knows that strength is found in the smallest details. Just like Amaka, your hands carry your story. They work, create, care for others, and keep moving forward, even when life becomes demanding. True Science Hand Cream is designed to give hardworking hands nourishing hydration while leaving them feeling soft, smooth, and cared for. Its refreshing citrus ginger fragrance adds a clean, uplifting touch to your daily self-care routine. Because taking care of yourself is not selfish. It is part of protecting the woman behind the strength. Your hands deserve care too. Discover True Science Hand Cream today. Everyone's skin is different, so please read the product details before use and test a small area first. Stop using it if irritation occurs. For more information, check the link in my pinned comment and video description. Your support would mean so much to me and help this channel continue creating powerful stories like Amaka. Thank you for watching and supporting my journey. Independent Life Vantage Consultant. Results may vary. Episode 9.
The truth that buried Baek. The witness finally gives full testimony. The meeting is secure. No press, no unnecessary people. Only Amaka, Taejun, Minjae, Mira, legal counsel, and the protected witness. The witness is older, tired, and visibly afraid. He worked near the logistics network connected to Black Han River, Nigerian land routes, charity payments, and private security operations. He begins with dates. Chike and Nwosu filed a complaint. Adaeze Nwosu traced the money. Black Han River identified them as threats. Baek Sungho reviewed the risk. Baek approved the containment plan. That word makes Amaka's face harden. Containment, not murder, not violence, not destruction. Containment, a clean word for dirty men. The witness explains that Baek did not say, "Kill them," in plain language. Men like Baek rarely speak so directly. He approved pressure. He approved payments. He allowed local fixers to solve the problem. He received confirmation after the staged accident. He knew Chike and Adaeze had a daughter. He knew Amaka would be left vulnerable. He knew Uncle Emeka could be controlled. He simply did not care. Amaka listens without moving. Everyone expects rage. What comes first is grief. Real grief. Fresh grief. The kind that makes revenge feel small because the dead are still dead. After the testimony, Amaka goes to her parents' graves. This time, Taejun goes with her as her husband. She kneels. "Mama, Daddy, we found him." Her voice breaks. "He thought your daughter would stay buried." Taejun kneels beside her. He speaks to the graves with respect. "I could not protect your daughter when she was a child, but I will honor the woman she became. I will protect her future without ever trying to control it." Amaka reaches for his hand. For once, grief does not stand alone. Back at Nwosu Crown, the four meet. Mira confirms the financial route. Minjae confirms the legal chain. Taejun confirms the underworld intermediaries. Amaka listens. Then she says, "I do not want one monster punished, while the house that fed him remains standing." Mira closes the file. Then Black Han River dies. Amaka looks at all of them. No disappearing, no changing names, no quiet settlements, no apology letters written by lawyers. Taejun adds, "No protection network." Minjae says, "No legal escape." Mira says, "No hidden money." Amaka's voice is final. No future. Episode 10. Black Han River Falls. The attack against Black Han River begins in 4 directions. Mira leads the financial strike. She exposes the shell companies, fake charities, illegal transfers, land theft, child welfare fronts, and old accounts tied to her father's frame-up and Amaka's parents' deaths. Every document is verified. Every account is mapped. Every connection is clear. She does not leak carelessly. She builds a financial grave. Minjae leads the legal strike. He delivers witness testimony, the buried police file, the payment trail, proof of his own framing, and international corruption documents to prosecutors outside Baek's influence. He walks into the prosecutor's office with files in his hand and says, "If fear stops you now, fear becomes part of the evidence." The prosecutor signs the order. Taejun leads the underworld strike. He does not start a street war. He does something smarter. He removes Baek's protection. Men who worked for Baek because of money realize Baek can no longer protect them. Some run. Some confess. Some hand over records. Some try to reach Baek and discover that doors once open to him are now closed. Jun tells Taejun, "You are becoming patient." Taejun says, "Marriage changes a man." Jun stares. Taejun adds, "Do not repeat that." Amaka leads the public strike. She releases a statement connecting Black Han River holdings to Nigerian land theft, charity fraud, intimidation, foundation threats, Mira's father, and the deaths of Chike and Adaeze Nwosu. Baek holds a press conference. He wears a perfect suit. He speaks calmly. He calls Amaka emotional. He calls Taejun criminal. He calls Minjae disgraced. He calls Mira unstable. It would have worked before. Not now. Mira releases the financial proof live. Minjae confirms the filings. Taejun's protected sources testify.
Amaka releases Chike's original complaint and Adaeze's financial notes. Baek's face changes in front of the cameras. For the first time, the world sees fear. Black Han River's stock crashes. Partners abandon the company. Assets are frozen. Board members resign. Politicians deny knowing Baek. Police officials connected to him are suspended. Charity boards remove his name. Reporters stop calling him a philanthropist. They call him what the underworld whispered for years, the gentleman butcher. Baek is arrested in public disgrace. Not privately, not quietly, in front of cameras. The man who destroyed families from behind glass is dragged into the light. Amaka watches with Taejun beside her, Minjae and Mira behind her. She does not smile. She says, "That is not enough." Taejun looks at her. She continues, "Now the company dies." By the end, Black Han River Holdings is dismantled. Its assets are seized. Its victims are recognized. Its Nigerian operations are shut down. Its charity fronts are dissolved. Baek is not only arrested, he is disgraced. His name becomes poison. The company that tried to bury Amaka's family is buried by Amaka herself. Episode 11. The Family They Built. After Baek's fall, the world expects Amaka to celebrate. But justice is complicated. Her parents are still gone. Her childhood is still gone. The years cannot be returned. But the truth is public. That matters. Uncle Emeka gives final testimony. He admits he helped hide documents. He admits he accepted benefits. He admits he failed his brother's child. He admits fear and greed made him cruel through silence. Auntie Ngozi signs a full confession. She admits she denied Amaka education, kindness, and dignity. She admits jealousy shaped her cruelty. She admits she saw a grieving child and chose control instead of love. Amaka does not forgive them easily. She does not pretend they are family again. But she chooses mercy with boundaries. Basic shelter, medical care, legal consequences. No restored honor, no authority, no control over her life. Taejun tells her, "That is harder than revenge." Amaka says, "I know." Chinonso continues changing. He works honestly. He raises Dika with truth. He teaches his son that apology without change is performance. He tells Dika that Amaka owes them nothing. Urenna remains at the foundation. She works quietly. She does not ask to be called sister. She does not ask for praise. One day, Amaka allows Urenna to sit in a volunteer meeting. It is not full forgiveness. It is a step. Mrs. Kang and Mr. Kang come to Nigeria to visit the school. Mrs. Kang walks through the library with Mama Ifeoma. The two women become close because they do not compete for Amaka's heart. Mrs. Kang tells Mama Ifeoma, "You kept her alive." Mama Ifeoma answers, "Her parents kept her alive first. I only found what they left inside her." Mr. Kang stands with Baba Stone near the gate. Baba Stone says, "You raised a dangerous son." Mr. Kang answers, "So did you." Baba Stone frowns. "I did not raise him." Mr. Kang looks at Amaka. "No, you raised a queen." Baba Stone looks away, emotional. Minjae's name is cleared. His badge is offered back. He accepts it, but he is different now. He no longer believes the badge is the only place justice can live. Mira clears her father's name. Her mother opens the curtains in their family home for the first time in years. That small detail breaks Mira more than the court ruling. Minjae stands beside her. Mira reaches for his hand in public. That is her love confession. No speech needed. The four become known around the world. Emeka and Nwosu, Kang Taejun, So Minjae, Yoon Mira. Business leaders fear Amaka's intelligence. Criminals fear Taejun's reach. Corrupt officials fear Minjae's persistence. Hidden money networks fear Mira's eyes. Together, they become a family powerful enough to shake companies, governments, and underworld systems. Not because they are perfect, because they are loyal. Episode 12. The Queen Who Became. The finale begins quietly. Not with Baek, not with court, not with breaking news. With children reading. Morning light fills the academy library. Children sit at tables, sounding out words, turning pages, whispering to each other. Some are confident, some are shy. Some hold books carefully, like they are not used to owning good things. Amaka stands at the doorway. Taejun stands beside her. Minjae and Mira stand behind them. For a moment, nobody speaks. This sound, children learning safely, is Amaka's real victory. A little girl stands near a shelf, staring at a book but afraid to touch it. Amaka recognizes that hesitation. It is the hesitation of a child who has been taught that good things may not belong to her. She kneels beside the girl. "Do you want that one?" The girl nods. "Can I take it?" Amaka smiles softly. Books are not only for people who are allowed to dream. They are for people who are still learning they deserve to. The girl takes the book and smiles. Later, Amaka and Taejun visit Chike and Adaeze's graves. They bring flowers, a wedding photograph, and a picture of children reading in the academy library. Amaka places the photos down. "We did it," she whispers. Taejun kneels beside her. "Your daughter destroyed the company that tried to erase your names," he says respectfully. "And I promise I will spend my life honoring the future she builds." Amaka looks at him with tears in her eyes. This time, the tears are not only grief. They are peace. Back at the school, a celebration is held. Not a luxury gala, a true celebration. Children, teachers, volunteers, foundation families, elders, and loved ones gather. Nigerian and Korean food sit side by side. Music plays. People dance. Children laugh. Mrs. Kang helps serve food. Mr. Kang speaks with teachers. Mama Ifeoma reads to children. Baba Stone teaches the children how to stand with confidence. Urenna organizes books. Chinonso watches Dika play with other children, grateful his son is growing up in truth instead of pride. Minjae and Mira stand together near the garden. Mira says, "My father would have liked this place." Minjae says, "He would have been proud of you." Mira looks at him. "And yours?" Minjae smiles softly. "They would ask why I chose the most difficult woman in Korea." Mira raises an eyebrow. "And your answer?" "That difficult women make history safer." Mira laughs. Then Minjae takes her hand. No hiding, no hesitation. Amaka and Taejun stand near the academy gate, watching everyone. Taejun says, "You built a family." Amaka looks around. Mama Ifeoma, Baba Stone, Mr. and Mrs. Kang, Minjae and Mira, the children, the volunteers, the people who stayed. "No," she says softly. "We did." Taejun looks at her. "You are happy." Amaka takes a breath. For once, she does not fear the answer. Yes, that one word is powerful, because happiness used to feel dangerous to her. Joy used to feel like betrayal. Peace used to feel temporary. But now she understands. Joy is not betrayal. Joy is proof that pain did not win. In the final public moment, Amaka stands before the academy and gives a speech. Black Han River believed families could be erased with money. They believed children could be silenced by fear. They believed grief would make us weak. They were wrong. My parents' names stand on this school. Their truth stands in public. Their daughter stands here loved, not owned, protected, not controlled, powerful, not alone. She turns toward the children. This school is not only a building, it is a promise. No child who enters here will be told they are too poor to dream, too unwanted to learn, or too broken to become powerful. The crowd applauds. Mrs. Kang cries openly. Mr. Kang places a hand over his heart. Mama Ifeoma whispers, "Adaeze, your daughter did it." Baba Stone wipes his face and claims dust entered his eye. Minjae and Mira stand together, smiling. Baek Sungho is disgraced, imprisoned, and remembered as the man who hid cruelty behind charity. Black Han River Holdings is dismantled, its assets seized, its victims recognized, and its leaders exposed. The company that destroyed families is destroyed by the family it failed to bury. Amaka and Taejun are married, powerful, and deeply in love. Minjae and Mira are healed enough to love, and strong enough to keep fighting corruption. Mama Ifeoma and the Kang parents become the loving elders Amaka never expected to have again. Baba Stone remains the fierce guardian of the school. The four, Amaka, Taejun, Minjae, and Mira, become a powerful family by choice. They are not to be underestimated, not by companies, not by criminals, not by corrupt police, not by politicians, not by anyone who thinks love makes people weak. Final image. Amaka stands at the academy gate. Taejun stands beside her. Minjae and Mira stand close behind. Children run safely through the entrance, carrying books, backpacks, dreams, and futures nobody will be allowed to steal. Above them, the academy bears the names of Chike and Adaeze Nwosu. Amaka looks at the building. Then she looks at the children. Finally, she looks toward the future. And she smiles. She was the girl they threw away. She became the woman they feared. She became the queen they could not destroy. But her greatest victory is not that her enemies fear her. It is that the people she loves feel safe beside her. It is that children who once had nothing now enter a school carrying her parents' names. It is that the truth survived. Love survived. She survived. And she is finally, beautifully, powerfully happy. Closing message. And that is how the girl they threw away became the queen they could not destroy. Amaka's journey reminds us that pain does not have to be the final chapter of our lives. The people who hurt us may shape parts of our story, but they do not have the right to write the ending. Sometimes, the people who try to bury you only prepare the ground for you to rise. Sometimes, losing the family you were born into leads you toward the family that chooses to stand beside you. And sometimes, the greatest victory is not revenge. It is healing. It is freedom. It is building something beautiful in the same place where someone tried to leave you broken. Amaka could not bring her parents back. She could not erase the years of pain, loneliness, and betrayal. But she could protect their names. She could expose the truth. She could create opportunities for children who might otherwise suffer as she did. Most importantly, she learned that she did not have to carry everything alone. Love did not make her weak. Trust did not erase her strength. Happiness did not betray her parents. Her joy became proof that pain had failed to defeat her. Now I have a question for you. Which moment in Amaka's journey touched you the most? Was it the moment she discovered the truth about her parents? Was it the moment she allowed Taejun to stand beside her? Was it the fall of Baek Sungho? Or was it the opening of the academy carrying Chike and Adaeze's names? And what lesson will you carry from this story? Please share your answer in the comments. I read your comments, and I would truly love to know what Amaka's journey meant to you. Also, tell me, who became your favorite character? Amaka, Taejun, Minjae, Mira, Mama Ifeoma, or Baba Stone? Please do not forget to like this video, share it with someone who loves powerful stories, and subscribe to the channel for more emotional stories filled with love, betrayal, justice, healing, family, suspense, and unforgettable characters. Turn on your notifications so you will know when the next story begins. Your support means so much and helps this channel continue creating longer, powerful stories like Amaka's journey. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting this channel. Thank you for believing in these characters. And thank you for staying with Amaka's journey until the very end. But remember, this is not goodbye. It is only, see you later. Until we meet again in the next story, always remember, you are not what they did to you. You are not the pain they gave you. You are not the place where they abandoned you. You are what you choose to build after surviving it all. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. This is not goodbye. It is see you later. See you in the next story.